This your boy T. Kimmy.
It's your boy T. Moore, voice of reason.
And what we watching?
Hostal Waters.
Come on, BV baby.
Welcome to the newest installment of Who's in the Spotlight. I am the man, the myth, the gift. What's in store with T. Moore? And today we are in Cleveland, Ohio at Red All Green Partnership Farm as well. I'm here to interview Tim Lewis. How you doing today, Tim?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Not too much, my man. This is a farm that's on the east side of Cleveland, Ohio, in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio. 8129 outer, that is. Actually, talk to us a little bit about, what you guys got going on down here.
So pretty much, me and my business partners came up with this plan to provide fresh fruits, vegetables, and produce, and fish, you know what I'm saying, and education to the inner city. What's going on now is what we're starting to see is the neighborhood grocery store is now the Family Dollar and the Dollar General. You know what I'm saying? So you don't got too many healthy food options. You're talking about trying to just get your body right and your mind right. So we started this, it'll be 7 years in February coming. We got with a guy by the name of Will Allen, Growing Power out in Milwaukee, out of Silver Springs, Milwaukee. So we got with him, learned composting, what you're gonna see, aquaponics with the fish, what you're gonna see, greenhouse structure. So we just took the same blueprint that he had and put a little twist to it, you know what I'm saying, put our own flavor on it here in Cleveland.
I love what you guys are doing. I grew up just right up the street, and I always said there was no healthy alternatives. You got Burger King, McDonald's, Rallies. They also gave us free recs, but when you step outside of those free recreation centers, you have no healthy alternatives. So seeing something like this is amazing.
Appreciate
it's beautiful,
that,
man.
Appreciate that.
Talk to us about, you guys are raising fresh tilapia here. And when you look in the grocery stores, you can actually turn the bag around, and tilapia in the grocery stores has carbon monoxide on it. What's the difference between you guys tilapia and the store-bought tilapia?
Well, that's a big thing too. I'm glad you brought that up. Like tilapia getting a bad rep right now because it's a bottom feeder fish, just like catfish. But the difference is it's farm raised here, and there's no GMO or anything. And then we control the pH balance in the water. There's no mercury in the water, and then we're feeding it all organic corn pellets. So we control what the fish eat, and we control the water that the fish swimming in. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying, that's how we get a good rep in trying to bring that name of that tilapia back opposed to what they're selling. So if you're going to go, you might as well go farm raised and just, go a little further and educate what they got going on. Because, I mean, it do got a bad rap, but for what we got going on here, you know what I'm saying, you'll definitely taste and see the difference.
Talk to me a little bit about aquaponics.
So the aquaponics system is almost like best way to describe it is like a two-tier bunk bed system, right? So you got the fish swimming in the water, and you got plants growing on top. So the fish poop fertilizes the plants, and the plants in return give good aeration to the water. So it's one big 360 cycle on, circle of life, if you want to call it that.
Wow,
you feel me?
That's amazing. Talk to me a little bit about the co-founders and what made you guys really want to just do this right here.
Well, the co-founders, my business partners, they're 4 childhood friends that grew up with each other. Like I was explaining earlier when we was just taking our little walk. Back in the day when you came up, you know what I'm saying, your grandparents, or you had aunts and uncles that came from down south, and pretty much having a garden in the backyard or the front yard it wasn't nothing to see that. Now you don't see that as much now. Sure. Coming up in these inner city communities. So they started childhood vision and they just sought it out, man. They stuck to the plan, and I think one of the most important things, and me being the youngest partner out of all of us, is to see something so strong come from just words to manifest, and you can touch it and being tangible. So I think that's probably one of the most solid things that I've learned in these last 7 years, of just sticking to the plan, man, sticking and trusting the process.
So you guys are doing a bunch of great things here. You guys are growing and raising fresh fruit, vegetation, but you're also giving people education. You want to talk about that a little bit?
That's the biggest component of it. If we don't teach people how to do this, then it's a lost cause. You feel what I'm saying? It's to teach a man how to fish. You got to teach them how to fish and how to grow their own fruits and vegetables, so they're not just always depending on you to get through. You know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest thing is come learn while the gates are open for you to learn and educate yourself on how to do this, because that's the plan anyway, is to get every backyard in the hood, you know what I'm saying, working inside out from the hood to the suburbs, to put a garden or a miniature greenhouse or farm in the neighborhood somewhere.
Great point. how do you guys go about getting the word out, marketing, and advertising about what you guys are doing here?
Man, we've used everything from guerrilla marketing, word of mouth, flyers, internet, radio. So pretty much whatever attracts to the culture, because I think that's the biggest thing is we talk about urban farming, it doesn't have a look. They want to give it a look. So I tell people I'm a farmer, they look like, you know, they're looking for the overalls, the cows, and the pitchfork. But it's a new day where, you know, pretty much just urban ain't nothing but location. You know what I'm saying? And farming is what it is, cultivating the land and eating off of it. So pretty much just educating those people to be able to take care of themselves, because they can't always be dependent on you to, you know, make them changes for them.
Now, is the farm open up to the public? Are they able to come here and purchase the veggies, the fruits, the fish?
Oh, absolutely. So the farm hours are from 10 to 4, Monday through Friday, and sometimes Saturday from 9 to 1. They can come down here, then they can get all the information on www.ridall.org. That's www.ridall.org.
Okay. How are you guys able to kind of like generate the income, or, you know, keep this thing ongoing?
Man, I'm telling you, when we first started, it wasn't easy. There was a lot of sacrifices out of our pocket, but then, like I told you, we went to Silver Springs, Milwaukee. We went through the Growing Power program, where we allotted certain grants from different businesses. And what happens is we dedicated a greenhouse or a hoop house to each business that helped us, you know, through the process. So the biggest thing is just really just staying true to the dream and letting people buy into what you really talk. Because if you're telling somebody and they see the work, I mean, they always buy into it. Because that's the thing, the process is probably the most hardest part, but the most giving part once people buy into the dream and the process. So grants, and then, I mean, a lot of sacrifices. So a lot of our own money went to the whole situation.
Talk about the growth of the farm. How you guys started off with 1 acre and now we're sitting on, what is it, 7?
No, this right here, it's gonna be across the street. Everything's gonna be a little on like about 5.
Okay.
So what we got, far as, I mean, what you just asked me about, just being able to maintain. Once people see that you got a real vision and you got some direction of where you want to go, word of mouth, then expanding, being able to job creation, education, being able to teach people to be certified, and then just trying to keep the word going. So as the people grow, just like the vegetation, you know what I'm saying, the people grow, the grants grow, and the blessings come, man. So we just been real fortunate to be able to expand from a little under 2 acres to a little under 5 now.
Switching gears here just a little bit, but not really. Let's talk about this comic book. It's Brink City. Educate the people on what's going on with this comic book.
Okay, so Brink City is a 5th installment of our comic book. So with that comic book, is made out of recycled paper and soy ink. We took the comic book and turned it into a stage play. We ran at the Caribou House for a whole month straight. Sold out every show for the weekend. So we did a Saturday and Sunday show. We sold out every show over the weekend. So, I mean, taking that comic book right there, because it's real life experiences of what's going on. That's the 5th installment right there, talking about the gun violence and everything. So we took those comic books. We asked the little boy, would he be willing to trade his toy gun in for a comic book? And from there, we worked with Yvonne Pointer and got a toy gun buyback program going. So we traded comic books for kids' guns, smashed the guns up, turned the guns into artwork, and just keep pumping that comic books and just trying to write one. So right now we're in the process of the 6th installment of the comic book, just talking about just gathering the community and just trying to bring everybody together on what the real vision is for what we got going on down here at the farm.
How often do you guys put out these editions?
Man, we've been trying to put them out more frequently, but the thing is, everybody's still working a full-time job on top of working full-time jobs, families and everything, so just trying to keep them. So right now, we're at least trying to push one out within the next 2 months. We try to squeeze one out, the 6th edition.
Are you the creative mastermind behind it?
No, it's, you know, we sit down and we talk about the storylines, you know what I'm saying, but my guy Ted's out in Chicago, he does all the drawings and everything, then we'll come up with the storyline, and then what's ever going on as far as current events, and just trying to keep it relevant. But it's the first recycled comic book of its kind.
Last but not least, you want to touch on any of social media that you got going on, and shoot out any contacts that you may have for location?
Like I said, for the location, business hours and everything, you can get us at www.ridall.org. That's www.ridall.org. And then same thing as far as Instagram, Ridall Green Partnership. So other than that, we keep it real short and sweet on the social media, because doing all the pictures, ain't nobody working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So got to be working around here.
Hey man, I want to thank you again for having us, man, and kind of just giving us an education on what is needed in the inner city.
Man, I think too, I want to just thank you for having me on here because it's needed for different platforms to be a lot of, you know what I'm saying, and how we met, you know, just stepping outside yourself and seeing the bigger cause and helping, you know, educate people on not just what we doing here at the farm, but what you got going on too with the show and everything. I appreciate that.
You know what, before we leave, before we wrap up, I do want to talk about the day we met, because how we met was crazy. Meeting you coming up to the store and then coming down here to see just a whole nother, like I actually grew up right up the street, and to see this right down the street from where I grew up at, it's like, wow.
It's still one of the best kept secrets, and I think that was the whole thing we was talking about, doing the shoes and the sneakers and stuff. I was like, no, that's cool, but I got some content that's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna be more relevant. I know the story really ain't been told enough. You know what I'm saying, to get it out there. So, you know, I just appreciate you just willing to be impromptu and just fly down here and check everything out.
No doubt, man. Like I said, thank you once again for having us. Was it something I said? Peace.